Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Pray everyone is doing very well and all is going well. I have to say, wow. Yesterday, we were scraping snow off of our cars. Yes, it snowed in Calgary. And today, we're talking about summer vacations. Crazy, right? Well, summer is fast approaching, and with COVID restrictions lifting, many of you are thinking of where to go for your holidays. Kids will be out of school, or if you're in college or university, you'll be off for the summer, or you may just have cabin fever and need to get the heck out of town. So, Scam Prevention International feels that it is very necessary to look out for your best interests and provide you information so you can be aware of those scammers trying to steal your hard earned dollars. Now, if you don't have time to watch this, it'll probably be about a 30-minute video. Leave it on in the background at some point, and as your white noise, and maybe you'll hear something of interest and you may want to go back and listen to it. Heck, you might even want to share the information with your family or your friends or your loved ones, even your frenemies. Now, in recognizing that different people have different ways of learning, I will be using audio, so I'm hoping that you can all hear me. And I'm also going to be using PowerPoint as the visual tool because I feel that people learn either through seeing or through hearing. And also, they learn through experience, but hopefully, you won't have to learn not to be scammed through experience, which is why I'm here today. So, I am going to add my PowerPoint to the screen. And today's topic is 4 vacation scams to watch out for this summer. Okay, now I always feel I need to add a content warning like they do on TV shows and movies because I don't want you to fear booking your vacations or using your electronic devices or feel anxious every time you receive unsolicited texts, mails, and phone calls. So, the content of this presentation is to bring education and awareness so it becomes second nature to you so that you learn to follow your gut, know the warning signs of a scam, and know when to be cautious about it. So, who is Scam Prevention International? Well, we're an organization that brings you awareness of how to spot scams, how to avoid scams, and what to do if you are scammed. We want you to feel safe while you're on the internet, and we want to decrease your risk of being scammed while you're having fun, working, or whatever it is you're doing on your devices. And we want you to be informed of the various types of scams. We don't want people, we don't want you to be victims. We are going to be victims no more. So today we are going to be talking about 4 types of scams. Now, to say that there are only 4 types of scams in regards to vacations, that would be a definite understatement. I would, I could do a whole series of what to look for in preparing for vacation, what to look for while you're out at the airport, what types of scams you should watch for while being a tourist, what types of corruption to watch out for while vacation, and so on. But today we're going to talk about third party bookings, fake hotel websites and Airbnbs, fake travel insurance policies, and fake tours and tickets. So, in regards to the fake third party bookings, again, I don't want you to get stressed out while you're looking for that special deal of that dream vacation that isn't going to cost you a fortune. This is supposed to be an enjoyable venture. Looking for vacations and planning your vacations is supposed to be a fun and not stressful time. So do keep in mind that there are reputable third party booking businesses and travel agencies out there. I've used many of them in my days of traveling, and they're willing to help you book your flights, book your place of stay, book activities for you, and sell you travel insurance. But there are also many scammers out there pretending to be online travel brokers, and they say that they're going to do the same thing for you. And chances are you probably won't get your vacation, and you may lose more than just the funds for your vacation. So, how do we tell the difference? Well, firstly, I'm going to suggest two things before going into what to look for to decrease your risk of being scammed. First, if you're booking your vacation yourself and accessing services in the United States and Canada, check the Better Business Bureau for the business's credibility and check their reviews. Now, I have to add a caveat to that because not all reviews are legit, some are fake reviews, and you can usually tell those by the grammar, by the spelling. Often the fake reviews aren't even talking about what it is that you're reviewing. They're not even, so it's really important to make sure that you recognize the real reviews and the fake reviews. Now, the other thing that I need to say is if you are too busy, too tired, in a rush, not knowledgeable of using the internet to do searches, I recommend you use a travel agent that you know, like, and trust, and preferably someone who is local and you can have access to meet that person. If you don't know someone, ask your friends. And if they don't know anyone, well, I don't mind. I know, like I say, I've traveled a lot and I've used them in the past, and I want you to contact me. Please don't hesitate to contact me for a referral. I would rather take the time to help you with this than for you to lose your life savings or to lose out on an awesome vacation. Hi, Kimberly. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And I know you're going to be traveling probably sometime next year to the other part of the state. So this may be of interest. Okay, so let's move on to the third party bookings. So, third party bookings. So, you're searching for your dream vacation. Know ahead of time what type of vacation you want. If it's a tour type of vacation where you take a bus or a train, is it a resort or is it what I call a land vacation where you take a plane to go places and stay in different hotels, Airbnbs, hostels, and so on? Do your research. Take your time. Make sure you are not tired and watch for the signs. Is the site safe? Does it have a lock in front of the HTTPS? And is there an S after the HTTP? Chances are this could be a safe site. It's a site where you know that your information is going to not be hopefully transferred on to someone else and to be used not for the purposes that you had planned. For added security, you can Google Safe Browsing Transparency Report to see if it is a safe site. And you can also check to see how old the site is and usually where it originated from who is domain. Now, if it's only a couple of weeks old or a month old, I recommend not using that site. So I do recommend checking it out. And if it's a new site, then be leery because often scammers will start sites up, terminate them, start them up, terminate them. So I will add these um, to the comments section so that you can see where so that you can have the sites. I think you should be able to click on the links for them. If not, then you would put those names in there. So thank you very much. Now, I know this is a lot of extra security, but I have to say, with cybercrime being compared to being the world's third largest economy next to the US and China, with cyber criminals earning $6 trillion just in the year 2021 alone. And by the year 2025, it's expected to increase to $10 trillion, according to the Cybercrime magazine. Now, with these numbers, I believe that the extra steps are worth it, considering you could lose the cost of your vacation, or you could even lose more, depending on the information that the scammer has stolen from you. So I have to ask you, when you're searching the web, do you type the address in the search bar yourself, or do you copy and paste from an email, social media, or from an ad, or do you click on a link that you've seen in a posting? Type I guess when you research, do you type the answer? That would be a yes or no. Do you type the answer in the search bar? I must absolutely caution you not to copy and paste on any addresses during any searches. Always type the web address in the search bar yourself, and do not click on any of the links that you are given through your email or through texts. Or don't press 1 if it's on a telephone call that you're receiving. Other signs to watch for are grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, reversed letters or double letters, or small changes in font on their website. So, for example, if you look at the email, or not the email, the website address that I have there, I've written www.realtravel.com and www.realtravel.com. Now, they are close to being similar, and if you're tired or you're in a hurry and you know that that's the name of the place that you want to stay and you're going to click it, don't. You can see that there is a difference. There's the Real Travel, so there's the REAL, or the next address is the REELL. So really be careful on looking at the sites, and when you are typing them in, do make sure that you are typing the address correctly. And also, for our purposes, last but not least, follow your gut and ask yourself, is the price too good to be true? Now, I need to mention that scammers are getting better and better at their jobs. Many of them continue to make mistakes, but we as victims are great teachers. We engage, usually in an angry conversation with them, and tell the scammers and let them know that we know they're scammers. And we must learn to hang up, disconnect, block, delete, whatever it takes to stop communication with them, because they're learning from us, they're learning from you what not to do, and they're getting smarter and smarter thanks to what we're telling them not to do. Or we're telling them what they're doing so they know not to do it again. And how to deal with scammers is a whole other lesson, because I realize it isn't as easy as just hanging up or blocking or deleting them. So I wanted to give you an example of a when with the HTTPS. Now, if you look at this one, it does have the HTTPS, and but it does say that it's not a secure site. What I really encourage people to do is to hover over the where it says not secure, and it's going to tell you that this airfare.com is not a secure site. And they're going to say that it's that the password or the credit cards because are could be stolen by attackers. It's also not a valid certified site. And if you'll notice, there are no cookies. Now, because I have a good checker, I have good virus protection, mine did bring this up and it says your connection is not private. I know sometimes in the past, if I've known exactly like this is the site I want, I have received this message, but I have known it and I do continue on. But absolutely, if you don't know, you're not familiar with the site, you don't know it, do just close it, don't open it, and move on to the next airfare pricing checking that you're going to be checking on. So, to give you an example of a secure site, again, it's hovering over the HTTPS, and I think most people know Expedia. I'm using Expedia.ca because I live in Canada. And it does say that it is a secure site, that the connection is secure, and that it is a safe place for you to put your private information. And it does have a valid certification. So that part is very good. So you know that this is a safe site and you know that you can open that site. So, and so I hope that helps. Um, I so I guess we'll go on to the fake booking. Sorry, I lost track here. And so for the fake booking, I think it's really important when booking your place to stay. Again, I know I know I always say the same thing over and over again about the lock and the HTTPS, and I always give examples because I want that to be ingrained for you not to think that, well, it might be okay just this once with the HTTPS for the S not to be there. But when you're booking your place to stay, do make sure that the website is the correct website. Often, scammers will mock well known sites, but their logos may be blurry or it may have a slight change in their logo. Often, the website that you're checking out has an address that doesn't quite match what you thought it would be. And as stated before, close out of those sites and type in the address that you know it to be. And oh, wow, you might get this. Like, it's my lucky day. Just as I'm planning for a vacation, I get this awesome call. Thank you for staying at the Marriott Hotel. To show our appreciation, we're gifting you a free 3-day night stay. Just call the number or just click on the link. Now, sometimes our overexcitement can get the best of us, and we're going to click that fast because we don't want to miss that deal. Stop. I really need you to stop. Think, when was the last time you stayed at the Marriott Hotel? Have you ever stayed there? So, really do think about those. So, now you've successfully made it to your destination. You're snuggled in you're snuggled in for the night, and you have your pillow top mattress in your luxury hotel, and you're having the best sleep ever. Then your sleep is interrupted with this all too familiar sound. You wake up, you're tired. The person on the other end says, "Hi, I'm sorry to wake you, but there seems to be an issue with your credit card. Can you please confirm your credit card number?" Just because you're staying at a reputable hotel doesn't take you off the scammer's radar. Scammers will call you late at night pretending to be the front desk staff person. When they know you're tired from traveling, they are going to ask you to re verify that credit card number. How do you avoid that scam? Don't give them the number over the phone. Tell them you'll be down in the morning to straighten out any issues. Now, if you can't go back to sleep and it's bothering you, please don't call right away. I don't know how scammers do it, but when you hang up, sometimes they keep you on the line for 2 or 3 minutes, and you don't know that the line is still open to their call. Please wait at least 10 minutes before calling down the front desk to inquire. If they do still say yes, don't give the information over the phone because the scammers could be still on the line for 10 minutes. Go down in person at any rate. Other types of hotel scams to avoid, and this would be your bed and breakfast or your hostels. Other scams to avoid are fake free Wi Fi connections set up by scammers who control the unsecured connection through their own computers. So avoid doing any banking transactions or checking personal accounts when you're using an open Wi Fi network. Use a secure private network if it is absolutely necessary for you to access personal or financial information. And also, when you go into your room, if you happen to see a food order menu hanging on the doorknob outside the room, assume that it is a fake food order. If you're ordering out, call the front desk or the concierge to inquire about the reputation of the place where you're going to order from. In regards to the fake travel insurance policies, with COVID restrictions being lifted, there are still many uncertainties when it comes to traveling, and many people are investing in travel insurance. Policies, whether it be medical or cancellation insurance, do need to be checked. I gotta say, it pains me to have to say this, but it isn't only scammers that you need to worry about when it comes to travel insurance. It's both the scammers and legit company salespeople, especially those who may be paid on commission. Often, travelers don't have their policies explained to them, and it doesn't use, and it may not cover what they thought it was going to cover. If you find you have to use your policy, you may find that you were covered for things you didn't really need and you weren't covered for the things that you really needed. Your travel insurance policy can become null and void even if you answer only one or two questions incorrectly. So if you typed a yes and it should have been a no, or if you typed a no and it should have been a yes, your total insurance policy can be null and void. So how do you avoid that scam? When you purchase travel insurance, ask if the seller is paid on commission. Have the policy explained in great detail and if it covers what you thought it would be covering. When answering the questions on the medical forms, check the back of the form for the meaning of each question. I know that sounds like a lot of work, but these questionnaires are made up by lawyers. So do make sure that you know fully your medical history, and when in doubt, ask your doctor for confirmation in writing. Now, I watched a video that was done by Marketplace in regards to travel insurance, and I will look for that video again. I think it's of great importance, and it's about 22 minutes, and I will post it on Facebook. So other things to look for are if an agent is aggressive, listening, insisting on you buying now because the price will go up if you don't. If they're demanding cash as payment, if you're at a place in person, or if they're asking for a money order, don't engage in that travel insurance policy. If there is not a listed phone number or you can't reach them by phone, that's a big issue. If they don't have proof of licensing, you have to have a license to sell insurance policies. And in your contract, watch and make sure that there aren't any grammatical errors and spelling errors in your contract, in your insurance policy. So with fake tours and tickets, these are, again, it's that watch for the padlocks and watch for the HTTPS. Now, if you're already at your destination for your vacation and you want to go to an event and you're standing in line and someone offers you tickets while you're standing in a long lineup, and they say, for a few dollars more, I can get you in and you can skip the line, really do not engage in that, because you'll give them the extra money and they'll be long gone. Sometimes taxi drivers offer to take you to his travel agent for deals, or they may tell you that, may ask you what event are you going to, and they'll indicate that that event is closed. Go to the event anyway, because it probably isn't closed. Connect with the originating ticket seller. And if you get a call or a text that you must buy now or the deal is gone, that's a surefire scam in most of the time. Always buy your transportation tickets, event tickets from the official website or office. I know when you're traveling in different countries, they have offices, so I recommend going to the office to sell it or to buy. And how do you avoid it? And that's how you avoid it, is by buying your transportation tickets and your events at their office. So what we have covered are third-party bookings for hotels, websites, webinars, and what's safe, travel insurance policies, and tickets and tour tickets while you're vacationing. Now, unfortunately, there are many, many other types of scams related to travel. Where possible, if you can book from people you know, like, and trust, If you don't know anyone, like I said, please don't hesitate to contact me. I do have different people that I can make a referral to. I'm not in the travel business, but I am a world traveler and I do know people who can help you at a reasonable rate. So, how do you avoid, and this would be, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. How do you avoid most scams? So, again, look for the padlock. I know I'm a broken record. Look for the HTTPS. Don't purchase tickets that don't include a row or seating details. And that includes when you're buying bus tickets or train tickets or event tickets. And don't buy from unauthorized sources. If it seems too good to be true, then it probably is. And I know we're always looking for those deals when we're, because vacation is it's an expensive venture. But try to, as best you can, keep in mind if it's too good to be true, then it probably is. And don't post your tickets online or social media. You might be very excited that, hey, look at this, I got this ticket, and look at the great deal I got, and you post it online. The scammer is going to see that ticket and they're going to find a way to image it, and they're going to find a way to resell it multiple times. So when you go to your event, you're going to find somebody sitting in your seat. They're going to have a ticket and you're going to have a ticket. And I think in the cases like this, it's first come, first serve. If you know the event or tour is sold out and someone is telling you, I have a ticket here, don't purchase those tickets. And also read fine print and ask about an agency's refund policy. Do your research before you purchase anything online. Don't give your personal information over the phone, and when possible, purchase local. I always really encourage to purchase local and to pay with a credit card. Now, feel free to either print screen or take a copy or take a picture of this with your smartphone, because I think that this is valuable information. It's something that, again, it's not to make you fear being online. It's to make it become second nature so that you know what you need to do, you know what you need to look for to be safe. Now, what to do if you or someone you know have been scammed. Now, I always say report the scam. When you report the scam, then you may feel empowered that you have done something about it. Now, I know often there's really not much you can do, but if you report the scam and I report the scam and Kimberly reports the scam, if we all report the scam and there's similar traits about it, then they may be able to find the culprit, the criminal. Like, they are criminals. So they'll be able to find these criminals and be able to stop that particular person from scamming you. So that's one of the issues. Like, we say that it's $6 trillion that they have taken from individuals, businesses, and the government. Well, actually, they've taken way more than that. That's just the number of people who had reported. That's the amount of dollars that have been reported. There is no way of knowing how many people didn't report. Give yourself some grace, or give your friend who told you that they've been scammed some grace and empathy. Talk to someone. When you're talking to someone about it, what I want you to envision is, I don't want you to hear them say, I'm a victim of scam. I want you to hear them say, I am a victim of a crime. I'm a victim of a financial crime, because this is a financial crime. Now, if somebody said to you, I've been robbed and they took my jewelry and they took all my bank cards and ID, what would you do? You'd be more sympathetic because they got broken into their house or their purse was stolen, off their back. You'd have, you'd, most people, I'm not going to say you specifically because it may not be you, but people in general are more sympathetic to people who they view as being a victim of crime. Being scammed is being a victim of crime. So I think, like we do need to change the language about that. Other areas are physical body care. Take care of yourself. Take care of your well-being, and do positive self-talk and access spirituality. I do every day. I believe in God and I ask him for help in areas that I need help. I pray and ask him for help every time I have to. I don't have to. Every time I get to is this is it, it's a get to. Every time I get to come online and present to you. Um, know your boundaries and don't cross your boundaries and don't let other people cross your boundaries. Journaling, I find journaling is really helpful because it really helps you grow. You can see your growth, and when you see your growth, then you're going to continue growing. And self care. Self care to me is of the utmost importance. Like, go for a massage or go for something that you are going to feel good about. So that is the end of my presentation. Does anyone have any questions? I don't see any in the comment box, but do stay after if you have any questions, or if you have a story, or if you hear of something, do post it online, and it's really good information for other people. So I think it's really important that we share what we know, because that is what's going to prevent us from being scammed, from being victims of crime, and it's something that's going to empower us as well. And where do we go from here? Well, I really think that it's important for us to continue on doing live stream. It's going to keep us knowledgeable about what scammers are up to, because often it's not a new trick, but they have an old trick, but they've added something new to it. So it's something that I'm hoping that from this presentation that you learn, what to look for when you're planning a trip. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a vacation. It could be a business trip. It could be any kind of trip. So yes, please do continue. I'm hoping that we will be every Tuesday at 2 Mountain Daylight Time, because there's just so much information. I might have said this before, but I am going to try to make these a little bit shorter, because I realize a half hour is long, but it just seems like there's always so much information to cover. But I may do just, instead of doing four types of scammings for a certain particular topic, I may just do, one type of scam at a time, and then that way it'll make these much shorter. So yes, do continue to come on Tuesdays at 2. And I would like to thank you for coming today. I think I really enjoy being here. I'm looking forward to coming back on Tuesday. And if you have any topics that you would like us to cover, or if you have any questions, or if you know of someone who needs support, do send them our way. Also, if you do hear of someone who has been scammed, as I always say, empathy. That was the topic for last week. Empathy, empathy, empathy. And do treat them with kindness and caring. And thank you again for coming. I really appreciate your time. And like I said, if you don't have time, or if you didn't have time to listen to this whole broadcast, or if you need to hear it again, do play it as your white noise. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye.